lesson that I always do is called graphing stories. I always do it this way because there's not a lot of math in it. There's not a lot of math. The biggest math we do is counting. Like, it's not a lot of math. But it is important because you're going to see a lot of graphs in this class. So you're going to need to do two things. You're going to need to make graphs, and then you're going to need to analyze graphs. That's the two things we're going to do. Okay? So the first thing we're going to do is, besides read the question example number 1, we're going to look at the graph. It's blank, right? We have to create it. That's our job. So there are always two things on a graph. There are always two things, two variables, right? What are the variables on the graph? X and Y, right? It's always X and Y, usually X and Y. Sometimes they change the letters, but it's usually X and Y. And we have an X and a Y. Okay, in this case, what does X represent? What does X represent? Time since the storm began, right? I don't know what the story is about, but I know there's going to be hours since a storm started, right? So talking about a storm passing, okay? And what's the other variable, Y? What's the Y represent? The amount of snow, right? The amount of snow. So inches, so snow on the ground. So if you've ever been to somewhere where it snows, when it snows, the snow accumulates, right? It goes up, right? And then the sun comes down, come out, and then it melts the snow, right? That's how snow works. It doesn't really snow around here, but it does in the mountains. So that's how snow works, right? So this is going to be our story. It looks like we're going to be measuring snow, how high the snow is over time. Okay? So let's go read the story now. Now the story, I'm going to go slow. I'm going to go line by line, and then we're going to graph it. Okay, so the first one, I'm going to go really slow. So if I ever go too slow for you, just speed up. I don't mind you speeding up. I get this, Mr. Flores. I can do it. Speeding up is okay. You know, if you speed up and then you get stuck, just wait for us. But don't go slower than us. Okay, don't go slower than us. That's the only thing I ask. Okay, so here we go. During a snowstorm, Easton tracked the amount of snow on the ground. Okay, so when the storm began, there were 5 inches of snow on the ground. So let's stop right there. So when the storm began, there were 5 inches of snow on the ground. So let's go down to the graph now. So this is hours down here, time since the storm began, right? How much time has passed so far? Has 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, or nothing, right? Nothing has passed. That's 0. How much, but there's snow on the ground. How high is the snow? So we're going to go up and make a dot. We're going to go up and make a dot. Good. So that dot represents the beginning, the start, right? That's the start. So we started with something. We started with 5 inches at the beginning. Okay? Let's go to the next line now. Let's go back to the story. So what I do is I usually underline the parts I'm doing, and then when I'm done with them, I put a line through just to show that I've done that already. Okay? Okay, so snow's starting to fall now. So snow is falling, or snow fell, at a constant rate of 3 inches per hour until another 6 inches have fallen. Okay, so there's a lot there. So let's unpack that real quick. Okay, so snow fell. So when snow falls, the snow on the ground, does it go up or down? Up. So it's going to go up, right? We're going to get more snow. So we're getting more snow at a rate of 3 inches per hour. And we're going to do that until we get another 6 inches. Okay, so how many inches do we have now? We have 6 inches right now, 5 inches right now, right? If another 6 inches fall, how much is going to be on the ground then? 11, right? So we're going to get up to 11. How fast do we get up there? 3 inches per hour, right? So you guys got it. You guys can do the math in your head, some of you. So 3 inches every 1 hour. 3 inches every 1 hour. So after 1 hour, how many inches is there going to be? Make a dot. 1, 8. After 1 hour, there's 8 inches. After 2 hours, how many inches is there going to be? 11. Good. When did it say to stop? After 6 hours, 6 inches have fallen. 6 inches more than we started, right? So did we get to that number? We started at 5, and we're up to 11 now, right? That's 6 inches, so we can stop there for right now. Okay, so let's go back up to the story. I'm going to cross out the part that I just did. The storm then stopped for 7 hours. Okay, the storm stopped for 7 hours. Okay, so let's go back there. So if a storm stops, is there any more is there any more snow hitting the ground? No. And it didn't say anything about melting, so we're not melting yet, right? So that means at hour 3, where are we at? So at hour 3, is the snow going to go up, go down, or stay the same? And we're going to keep staying the same for how many hours? 7. So we're going to do 7 dots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right? Okay, so far we're at hour 9. So 9 hours since the storm began, and we're at 11 inches. Okay, so let's go to the next thing. And then it started up again. It started up again, and it went 2 inches every hour for the next 2 hours. So for the next 2 hours, every hour, it was 2 inches every hour. Okay, so we're at 9, right? So at 10, it's going to go up 2, right? So if I'm at 11, how high is it going to be at the next hour? 13, right? Good. And it's going to do that for 2 hours. So we're up to hour 11 now. Hour 11, and we're at 15 height. That's 15 inches up. Okay, good so far? Okay. All right, so let me go cross that out now. Okay, so as soon as the storm stopped again, the sun came out and melted the snow for the next 4 hours at a constant rate of 2 inches per hour. So now the snow is melting. So now we're not going to climb anymore. What are we going to do? We're going to fall, descend, yep. Okay, so we're going to fall. How fast are we going to fall? 2 inches per hour for the next 4 hours. So now we're not going to, see, we've been climbing, right? We hold steady and then we climbed. Now we're going to fall. So how fast are we falling? 2 inches, right? So what are we at right now? 15. So if we fall 2 inches, how many inches are left after 1 hour? 13, right? 2 inches lower. Keep going. Another hour, 2 inches. What are we at? 11. When do I stop? For 4 hours, right? So I've only made 2 dots. So I got to make 2 more. So if it falls again, so the next hour is going to be down 2. The next hour is going to be down 2. That's 4 dots going down, right? So that's melting. And that's the end of the story, right? So we're done. The last thing we do is we're going to connect the dots. Do the best you can with making the straight lines. Make as straight as line as you can. I don't grade on if it's perfectly straight, just try to make it as straight as you can. Okay? That's the start. This is the end. Okay, so now, before we go on to the next one, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. These are the types of questions that I'm going to ask that you might see on a quiz. Okay. First question, what was the most amount of snow that was on the ground at one time? 15, right? 15, that's the maximum, right? Didn't go above 15 inches, right? It's a good question. Good answer. Let's see. Another question. How many inches were on the ground when the snow stopped? 11, right? There was 11, right? The snow stopped at 11, and it stopped and it kept going at 11. How many hours have gone by from beginning to end? 16 hours, or 15, right? 15 hours, right? There's a 15-hour from the beginning of the storm to the end. Now, why am I asking those questions? Because you can answer those questions without graphing, but how much easier is it if you have a picture in front of you, right? If you have a picture in front of you, it's a lot easier. So those are the questions I'm going to ask on a quiz when we have one next week. Okay? All right, so let's go to the next one. Flip it over, example number 2. Okay? All right, so this one's not about snow falling. This one's about Brianna driving her car. She drives her car. So what are the two variables with Brianna? What are the two, x and y? What are the x's and y's in this one? Time, right? Time elapsed. How much time has passed, right? In minutes now. We're not talking hours, we're talking minutes, right? And then what is the other one? Distance. How far she goes. So how far she is away from her home, right? So if her home's over here, if she's driving, that's farther away, right? Bless you. And then if she turns around and goes back home, that's falling, because I'm going closer and closer to home, right? Okay, that's the difference. Okay, so let's start at the top. Brianna left her house at time 0 and drove for 2 minutes. Okay. Where would I make a dot for her house when she's starting? 0, 0, right? 0, 0. So let's make a dot there. Let's start there. 0, 0. That's her house. Okay, good. And then it says she drove for 2 minutes to the store at a speed of 5 blocks every minute. So she drove for 2 minutes. How many blocks does she cover in 1 minute? 5. So after 1 minute, she should be 5 blocks away, right? So that's where we're going to make our second dot. After 2 minutes, how far away should she be from her house? There you go. You guys got it. You guys got it. There you go. Okay. Okay. Here we go. So we got that. We got that. We got that. Okay. Then she stopped and went to the store for 4 minutes. Okay. So she stopped and went to the store for 4 minutes. So when she's in the store, she's not in her car, right? So she can't drive anywhere. She's in a store, so she's not moving. So how many blocks away is she at 3 minutes? 10. She's still the same, right? She's still 10. How many minutes is she going to stay in the same spot? 4 minutes, so make 4 dots. So she's in the store. In the store. In the store there. Okay, so let's keep going. She leaves the store. From there, she drove in the same direction. So is she driving away from her house or back to her house? What was she doing before? To get to the store, she was driving away, right? So she's going to keep driving away. She's driving away in the same direction at a speed of 5 blocks every 4 minutes until she got to the bank. So she's going to the bank now. And the bank is 15 blocks away from the store. A lot there. So let's start with where the bank is. How far is the bank away from her home? Not 15, it's 15 from where she is now. 25, right? So we're going to go up to 25. 25 is the very top, right? We're going to go up here. She's going to keep moving until she gets up here. Okay? So how fast is she going to get up there? 5 blocks every 4 minutes. So every 4 minutes, she's going up 5 blocks. Okay, so let's see here. So 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 blocks, right? 4 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, make a dot. Still not there. I'm not at the bank yet. Do it again. 5 blocks. 1 block, 2 block, 3 block, 4 block, 5 block. 4 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4 minutes. Make a dot. She's not there yet. Okay, let's go another 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now she's there. We know she's there because we said it was 25 blocks away. So she's finally there. She went 5 blocks over, took her 4 minutes. 5 blocks, 4 minutes. 5 blocks, 4 minutes. Okay? So how many minutes did it take her to get from the store to the bank? Here's another good quiz question. 12 minutes, right? Because she's at 6 minutes, right? She leaves at 6 minutes, right? And she gets there at 18. So that's 12 minutes. Okay. All right. So she's at the bank. How long is she going to be in the bank for? 2 minutes, right? So where's the next dot? Where's the next 2 dots going to be? Yeah, she's going to stay there, right? We're not going anywhere. She's staying there. She's in the bank. In the bank. Okay. Now she's ready to come home. She needs to drive home. She drives home 5 blocks every 1 minute. 5 blocks every 1 minute. Okay. So 5 blocks, so now she turned direction. She's not driving away, she's driving back home. So I have nowhere to go up, so I got to go down. So 5 blocks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks every 1 minute. Make a dot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks every 1 minute. I'm going to keep doing that till she gets home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1. She's home. She started over here. This is her trip from the bank home. Her trip from the bank home started way up here. Now she's home. So last thing we're going to do, connect the dots. Okay. So this is driving from from store to bank. This is driving from bank to store. Okay. So that one we use the entire graph. We went all the way to the top, all the way to the bottom. Sometimes you use all the graph, sometimes you don't. Our first one, we didn't use all the graph, right? Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Okay? So now what I want you to do is I want you to do example number 3. It doesn't talk about snow falling on the ground. It doesn't talk about driving a car. It talks about temperature and time. So you still got time, hours, right? 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., 9 a.m., 10 a.m., 11 a.m., noon, so on, all the way to midnight. And it talks about temperature, right? In the morning, it tends to be cooler. And then as the day goes on, the temperature goes up, right? Everywhere that happens, right? And then after the sun starts to come down a little bit, temperature goes down a little bit. When the sun's gone, it gets cool, right? So what I want you to do is make dots for this story. I want you to make dots for this story here. Okay, I'm going to walk around. We'll do it together, but I want you to try this one. Okay, I want you to try this one. Okay, so if you're still working, keep working. So Ellie, on a spring day, she's recording all the temperatures. So at the beginning of the day at 6 a.m., the temperature was 56 degrees. So at 6 a.m., I'm going to go make one at 56 degrees right there. Okay. Cross that out. For the next 2 hours, the temperature went up 2 degrees every 1 hour. So for the next 2 hours. So it's 6 o'clock now. So that means at 7 o'clock it went up 2. 8 o'clock it went up 2. So if it's 56 now, it's going to be 58 at 7 and 60 degrees at 8. Because it went up 2 every hour. Okay. For the next 9 hours, okay, so it's 9 o'clock right now, 9 a.m. right now. 9 hours is 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, till 6 p.m. Did I do that right? 10, 11, 12, wait, what time is it? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 o'clock, sorry, 5 o'clock. So from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., the temperature went up steadily. 2 degrees every 3 hours. 2 degrees every 3 hours. Okay. So up 2 degrees over 3 hours. So 3 hours from now is 11, right? From 8 to 11. At 11, it's going to be 62 degrees. It's going to be 62 degrees. Okay. Another 3 hours is it's going to be noon, 1, 2. It's going to go up 2 more degrees. So that's going to be 64. 64 at 2. Another 3 hours. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. We're there right now, right? 5 o'clock, it went up 2. So it's going to go up 2. So it's 64 right now. It's going to be 66. 66. Okay, and we're at 5, so we stop. Wait, those look wrong. 11 should be 2 and 5, right? Yeah, I put the dots in the wrong spot. Okay, let's see. So 3 hours, it should be 2 more. 3 hours, it should be 2 more. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. Cross that out. The temperature stayed there until 6 p.m. So it didn't move, didn't go up, didn't go down to 6 p.m. Well, I'm already at 5. So that's just 1 hour, right? So it stayed the same for 1 hour. For the next 3 hours, it dropped 1 degree every hour. So for the next 3 hours. So if I'm at 6, that's till 9. So every hour between 6 and 9, it dropped 1 degree. All right? So 66 at 6. So at 7, it's going to go down 1 degree. It's going to go that way for, what does it say, 3 hours? For the next 3 hours, yeah. For the next 3 hours, 1, 2, 3, it went down 1 degree. So now I'm at 63 degrees. And then the last thing it said was it dropped steadily until it got 62 at midnight. So I'm going to go make a dot at 62 at midnight. 62 at midnight. You're done. Connect the dots, and you're done. Okay. Yep. So the next one, the last problem, is similar to that. The only difference is I give you the dots. I give you the graph. What they want you to do is answer questions about it. Answer questions about it. That's what the last one does. Okay? So let's see. How hot was it when the temperature held steady? 65 degrees, right? At 65 degrees, held steady. Held steady means it doesn't go up, it doesn't go down. That's at 65 degrees. Okay. Next question. How much did the temperature increase per hour from 6 a.m. to 12 p.m.? So 6 a.m. to 12 to noon, right there. All right, that's that part right there. So how much did it increase? We know it increased, right? So we got to go from dot to dot. I'm going to show you how to do it. This is the way I do it. It's the easiest way that I know. If you have a better way, go for it, but this is the way I do it. So what I do is I go from the left dot to the right dot. How much do I need to go up? Well, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I went up 8. Up means positive, right? So did I go up 8 hours or did I go up 8 degrees? Degrees, because isn't degrees go like this, right? So I'm going to put degrees, Fahrenheit. Now, how many hours does it take to get to that other red dot? 6 hours, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Time is always positive. Time is always positive. Can't go back in time yet, so time is always positive. Degrees can go up and down, but time, like I can't set the clock back to 11:03, right? I can't do that. So until we can do that, time is always positive. Okay, so how do I write that? I'm going to show you. So yeah, so you can write it as a fraction. The best way to do it, the easiest way, is to write as a fraction. So 8 degrees, positive 8, over 6 hours. Here's the thing though. So on my quizzes and tests, every question is worth 4 points. So let's say I turned in 4B like that. I got it back. I would only get 3 out of 4 points. So I get 3. 3 is good, but I want 4. Why did I not get full credit for this answer here? It's not wrong, it's right. That's why I got 3 points. But what's off about it? So you can do an explanation, but this works too. So either one is okay. So if you do, we'll do an explanation in a second. But what's wrong about this guy here, or not correct? Simplify it, good. Reduce it, right? Simplify it. What can you divide 8 and 6 by? 2. So divide them both by 2. So we really get, what do we get? 4 degrees Fahrenheit every 3 hours. That's a 4 out of 4 answer. Or like Shelby said, we can put it in words, right? Temp increased 4 degrees Fahrenheit every 3 hours. Do you need to do both? No. Either one is okay. Some people like putting in words, some people like putting it in a fraction. Either one's okay. Okay? Two more, then we're done. At what rate did the temperature drop, decrease from 6 to 9 p.m.? Right there. We're going to do it the same way. I'm going to go from red dot to red dot. So this one I'm not going up, I'm going down, right? So how many am I going down? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So that's -6. Since I went down, it's -6. And what is that, degrees or hours? Degrees, right? So it's -6 degrees Fahrenheit. And then how long? 1, 2, 3 hours. Put them together. -6 degrees Fahrenheit over 3 hours. Again, put that on my quiz, I would get a 3 out of 4. Close. I need to simplify it. What's the biggest number I can divide those two by? 3. So it's really -2 degrees Fahrenheit over 1 hour. Okay? So, or you could put it as a sentence. Temp decreased 2 degrees every hour. Either one of those is correct. Okay. And then the last question, how many times was it 62 degrees, or 60 degrees? How many times, how many dots did we have at 60 degrees? How many times did it have 60 degrees? We don't. There's no dots, but 60 degrees is right here, right? Where is it? Yeah, so it's 2 times. How many times does it cross that line that I just drew? Once right here and once right there. So there's twice that it was 60 degrees. Once it looks like in the morning and once in the evening, right? So twice. So it looks like it's like, yeah, between 10 and 11, 10:15, 10:20, 10:30, 10:40, 10:45. Either of those is okay. And then the other one is between 8 and 9, 8 and 9 p.m. 8:15, 8:20, 8:30, either of those. Okay? So we're going to say twice. First time was between 10 and 11 a.m. Second one was between, what was it, 8 and 9 p.m.? You're done. Alrighty. So the last 5 minutes or so, what we're going to do is you're going to fold that and tape it into page 5. Tape it into page 5. So you just need a little tape. You don't need a lot of tape. I taped mine to page 5 already.